Conflict resolution for holy beings. Joy Harjo. 1. Set conflict resolution ground rules. Recognize whose lands these are on which we stand. Ask the deer, turtle, and the crane. Make sure the spirits of these lands are respected and treated with goodwill. The land is a being who remembers everything. You will have to answer to your children and theirs. The red shimmer of remembering will compel you up the night to walk the perimeter of truth for understanding. As I brushed my hair over the hotel sink to get ready, I heard, by listening, we will understand who we are in this holy realm of words. Do not parade, pleased with yourself. You must speak in the language of justice. 2. Use effective communication skills that display and enhance mutual trust and respect. If you sign this paper, we will become brothers. We will no longer fight. We will give you this land and these waters, as long as the grass shall grow and the rivers run. The lands and waters they gave us did not belong to them to give. Under false pretenses, we signed. After drugging by drink, we signed. With a mass of gunpowder pointed at us, we signed. With a flotilla of warships at our shores, we signed. We are still signing. We have found no peace in this act of signing. A casino was raised up over the gravesite of our ancestors. Our own distant cousins pulled up the bones of grandparents, parents, and grandchildren from their last sleeping place. They had forgotten how to be human beings. Restless winds emerged from the earth when the graves were opened and the winds went looking for justice. If you raise this white flag of peace, we will honor it. At Sand Creek, several hundred women, children, and men were slaughtered in an unspeakable massacre after a white flag was raised. The American soldiers trampled the white flag in the blood of the peacemakers. There is a suicide epidemic among Native children. It is triple the rate of the rest of America. It feels like wartime, said a child welfare worker in South Dakota. If you send your children to our schools, we will train them to get along in this changing world. We will educate them. We had no choice. They took our children. Some ran away and froze to death. If they were found, they were dragged back to school and punished. They cut their hair, took their language, until they became as strangers to themselves as they became strangers to us. If you sign this paper, we will become brothers. We will no longer fight. We will give you this land and these waters in exchange, as long as the grass shall grow and the rivers run. Put your hand on this Bible, this blade, this pen, this oil derrick, this gun, and you will gain trust and respect with us. Now we can speak together as one. We say, put down your papers, your tools of coercion, your false promises, your posture of superiority, and sit with us before the fire. We will share food, songs, and stories. We will gather beneath starlight and dance, and rise together at sunrise. The sun rose over Potomac this morning, over the city surrounding the White House. It blazed scarlet, a fire opening truth. White House, or Chogo Hutke, means the house of the peacekeeper, the keepers of justice. We have crossed this river to speak to the white leader for peace many times since these settlers first arrived in our territory and made this their place of governance. These streets are our old trails, carved to fit around the trees. 3. Give constructive feedback. We speak together in this trade language of English. This trade language enables us to speak across many language boundaries. These languages have given us the poets Ortiz, Silko, Momode, Alexei, Diaz, Bird, Woody, Kane, Bitsu, Long Soldier, White, Eldrick, Tapahonso, Howe, Luis, Brings Plenty, Ockpick, Hill, Wood, Maracle, Cineros, Trusk, Hogan, Dunn, Welsh, Gould. The 1957 Chevy is unbeatable in style. My broken down one-eyed Ford will have to do. It holds everyone, grandma, grandpa, aunties and uncles, the children and the babies, and all my boyfriends. That's what she said, anyway, as she drove off for the 49 with all of us in that shimmying wreck. This would be no place to be without blues, jazz. Thank you, Muto. to the Africans, to the Europeans sitting in, especially Adolf Sax with his saxophone. Don't forget that at the center is the Muskogees ceremonial circles. We know how to swing. We keep the heartbeat of the earth in our stomp dance feet. You might try dancing theory with a bustle or a jingle dress, or with turtles strapped around your legs. You might try wearing colonization, like a heavy gold chain, around a pimp's neck. 4. Reduce defensiveness and break the defensiveness chain. I could hear the light beings as they entered every cell. Every cell is a house of the God of Light, they said. I could hear the spirits who love us stomp dancing. They were dancing as if they were here, and then on another level of here, and then another, until the whole earth and sky was dancing. We are here dancing, they said. There was no there. There was no I or you. There was us. There was we. There we were as if we were the music. You cannot legislate music to lockstep, nor can you legislate the spirit of music to stop at political boundaries, or poetry, or art, or anything that is of value or matters in this world and the next worlds. This is about getting to know each other. We will wind up back at the Blues, standing on the edge of the flattered fifth, about to jump into a fierce understanding together. 5. Eliminate negative attitudes during conflict. A panther poised in a cypress tree about to jump is a panther poised in a cypress tree about to jump. The Panther is a poem of fire, green eyes, and heart charged by 4 winds or 4 directions. The Panther hears everything in the dark, the unspoken tears of a few hundred human years, storms that will break what has broken his world. A bluebird swaying on a branch a few miles away. He hears the death song of approaching prey. I will always love you, sunrise. I belong to the black cat with fire green eyes, there in the cypress tree near the morning star. 6. And use what you learn to resolve your own conflicts and to mediate others' conflicts. When we made it back home, back over those curved roads that wind through the city of peace, we stopped at the doorway of dusk as it opened to our homelands. We gave thanks for the story, for all parts of the story, because it was by the light of those challenges we knew ourselves. We asked for forgiveness. We laid down our burdens next to each other.